cherish all the time you spend, you tuned in to. It's time again to cherish all the time you spend, you tuned in to. It's the number one podcast. The topics of discussion when we broadcast. So all them artificial man jokes, we do it natural from the concrete to a public standpoint. Real, wherever you're from, life is coexisting, but to know the real, you just gotta listen. Wherever you're from, life is coexisting, but to know.
What's up, good people, and welcome to the 52 Scott Podcast. I'm your host, Mr. 96, along with Freddie G, K Money, and Slash. Collectively, we are the Mind of Men. I want everybody that's on YouTube to go out and subscribe and click the like button. Follow us on X at 52 Scott Podcast and on IG and Facebook at the 52 Scott Podcast. What's up, good people, and welcome back to another edition of Think Thursday. Today, fellas, we are going to talk about coincidences, or could it possibly be something else? And what I mean by something else, you have people that say it was fate. You know, it was fate that it was supposed to happen. Or could it be divine intervention? I guess they would kind of, no, they wouldn't be the same. Or it could be something more, say Illuminati, so to speak. Some people think it could be Illuminati that made this happen. Some people think it could be fate. Some people think it's just divine intervention and it was supposed to happen. Or the universe. A lot of people like to say the universe. Mm-hmm. For example, everybody at this table coincidentally graduated from Jack Yates Senior High here in Houston, Texas. Coincident. All right.
With the help of God, for some of us.
For all of us, but all of us. Coincidentally, we all rode the 52 Scott to get to Jack Yates.
Yeah.
Coincidentally, 3 of us, we all joined the military, got out of the military, and coincidentally, we all resurfaced and rejoined many years later to form what we now have is the 52 Scott Podcast. Coincidentally.
Yeah.
So that's a part of the something else. Was it coincident? That was a lot of coincidences.
I don't.
Or was it divine intervention? What do you guys think? I mean, I just want to get y'all take.
I don't think it was a coincidence. I think that everything was strategically in order individually. Let me show you what I mean by that. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if this makes sense, but when you're living in the same proximity, for the most part, mm-hmm. you're automatically forced to go to a specific school. So when you go to that specific school, you're all getting the same curriculum. You're all getting the same teaching for the most part. That's at school. Well, if you have decent parents, at home, you get the encouragement of graduate high school. Mm-hmm. It's important to get your lesson. Mm-hmm. You graduate, you're getting the same teaching. You're getting the same teaching, right?
Right.
So, in the natural order of things, in which you just described, of course, if we live in the same neighborhood and we're kind of, and I'm using forced loosely, and you're forced to go to this school, and we're all getting the same teaching at home, of course we're going to all graduate from the same schools. That's because this is what's instilled to you. This is a way of life. Mm-hmm. Now, to get to that school, if you don't have a car or a vehicle to get to the school, or if your parents got to go to work, there's only a specific bus
that you could take.
You can't get on the 44 Acres home to go toward Acres home. Yeah. So you have to take that bus that runs through that neighborhood to service that community.
But do you remember, there's 3 buses, the 28 Southmore, the 52 Scott, and the $18, what that dollar?
The $80.
$80.
Yeah.
So those 3 different buses.
But here's the thing though.
Yeah.
those buses may not ran in your proximity. Yeah, you could have taken those buses to ultimately get to Jack Yates High School.
Right.
However, Third Ward is a pretty big community.
Yeah, it is.
So the 52 Scott may have not run by your house location. The $80 may have ran by your house location. Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
So everybody that caught the $80, they have a fond memory together, and they may have the $80 podcast. Well, we have a fond memory together because the 52 Scott just so happened to be the bus that we collected and got together on. Now, as far as and I'm trying to touch on every point that you mentioned.
Yeah, go ahead. I need you to.
Now, as far as the military is concerned, honestly, there's only 3 options that we all have when you come out of high school.
Right.
Either you're going to go into the workforce, you're going to go to the military, or you're going to go to college.
Okay.
Well, just so happened that 3 of us ended up joining the military. And one of us said, you know what, I'm finna be this producer that's gonna make hits.
Enter the workforce.
Enter the workforce. On top of that, but I'm finna be a producer that make hits. So he honed in on his craft to make hits.
Yes, he did.
Right? Well, it's a no-brainer if you all went to the same high school together, and we're talking about about 1,000, 2,000 people. You're gonna pretty much know each other's face in some way, shape, or form. If you all rode the same bus for the most part, you're gonna know. Then you're gonna know some of the same people. So it's no big secret of why it's come together.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna let you answer, but just to remember this part, none of us knew that we were joining. I don't know if you, Freddie G and K Money knew, but I did not know you two joined. I didn't know.
Well, K Money and I, we left on the same day. We just went to 2 different. We was at the airport.
So y'all knew.
We was in the same hotel. But we went to 2 different locations.
Yeah, I never knew you two joined at all. The only person I knew joined was the drum major. That was the only person and Smitty.
Okay.
But I didn't know you two were in. That's why I call it a coincidence. Because of
that. I can accept that. Maybe that point was a coincidence for you, but I don't think it was a coincidence for K Money and I.
Nah.
Especially when you talk about it, and you talk about it, and I'm gonna assume your recruiter was the same as K Money and I.
I'm sure it was.
Nick. Nick. Yep, it was.
Yeah. So if you see a joke over there talking at the table to Nick, oh, this joker joining the Navy.
That's exactly how shit was happening too. Nick was in the lunchroom every motherfucking day.
He was in the lunchroom every day.
And I joined in 11th grade, so
Oh, you joined it? Okay.
Yeah. Now, if this shit had happened, as far as us getting together the way we get together now, say it happened in another city or state, Fred, then how would you look at that? Would you consider that a coincidence?
I would think that, first of all, I would need to know how you got to that city and state. That's what would make it a coincidence.
I mean, for what job?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what will make it all a coincidence, because it's like, let's say Comedian 96, we ended up in Delaware somewhere, and right?
Yeah.
And Comedian 96 got there because of his job. You got there, K Money, because you met a female in the military, and she's actually from Delaware.
Okay.
Slash got there because he went out there to produce some music for this guy, and he said, you know what, Delaware is pretty nice. I think I'm gonna plant my flag here. And I ended up out there because I got drunk and I caught the wrong bus. but I ended up out there, right?
Yeah.
Now I think that all of that would be a coincidence.
Yeah.
But for us to form this podcast, we'll be talking about it, and that won't be a coincidence.
Coincidence or something else. For all of us to be in one place at one time, a coincidence or something else higher. That's what That's
I mean,
what
I think it's a
would wanna
combination of both.
Well,
honestly.
Well, if you're saying something else higher, I'm assuming you're speaking God.
know. It could be God.
Okay, now-
Some people think it's Illuminati because
Okay.
I have a few examples here that's going to
Okay.
kind of get your mind twirled.
So if you're thinking of something higher, I'm just going to think God. Right? I'm going to say God.
God. I would say God.
Here's the thing.
Of course.
God is in all equations.
Yes.
Period. So it's going to always, if that's the case,
Yeah.
it's going to
That's why I say
always
it's a
be God.
combination of both.
Combination of both.
In my opinion, it's a combination of both.
Yeah.
I mean, because our stories are already written.
Yeah. True.
So
I think it's just something that needed to happen. Just, our age group, the only stuff that most of us do is go to bars and, smoke shops and do stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So something like this would be perfect for when you have your downtime. You know what I mean? You listen to this and you check the show out, and then you go do what you do. And then when you come back, you're going to say, oh man, you know what? I'm familiar with what they talking about.
Mm-hmm.
So I think us just being on that type of level is something that needed to happen, just period,
Yeah.
down to earth. Because a lot of these podcasts now, if y'all know, are a little bit overrated, and it's mostly on a down the next person type of content.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's negative
stuff,
content.
and a lot of people, and don't get me wrong, a lot of people vibe off negativity,
yeah,
but
a lot of people
but
do.
positive needs to be in that equation in order for
Exactly, I
negative
agree.
to even exist.
I agree, and that format's a lot alike as well.
Right.
What separates us from a lot of those other ones.
So this type of podcast, I think, was necessary. So, like y'all said, God is in everything. So yeah, a higher person is gonna always call a shot like that.
Every time. Every time.
No matter what.
Yep. So I got a few interesting facts, actually situations. We gonna try to judge is it coincidence or is it something else? All right. One of these involves Abraham Lincoln, and the first one is this one. Reading it is kind of maybe. But Jimmy Carter and Abraham Lincoln. In 1976, Jimmy Carter won the presidency exactly 100 years after Rutherford B. Hayes, who became president in 1876. Carter, like Abraham Lincoln before him, came from humble beginnings, emphasized honesty, and both were deeply religious. Oddly, both also experienced assassination attempts by deranged individuals that failed. They're saying that's coincidence.
It's
100 years apart.
Yeah.
I think it's coincidence.
I think it's a coincidence.
That's coincidence.
I call that a coincidence. Now this
It's
one.
a lot of several of those type of coincidences.
Now this is involving Lincoln again. All right. Now this is the first one was Jimmy Carter and Abraham Lincoln. This is Lincoln and Kennedy. Now you judge for yourself. Now Abraham Lincoln and Freddie G. Look, you already know this stuff already. I'm gonna see. Abraham Lincoln and John F. Kennedy share one of the most famous historical coincidences. Lincoln was elected in 1860. Kennedy in 1960.
Yeah, I just want to
Okay.
talk about.
Both were succeeded by men named Johnson. Andrew Johnson
And Lyndon B.
and Lyndon, both were assassinated on a Friday, shot in the head in the presence of their wives. Both. All right. Lincoln's secretary was named Kennedy, who warned him not to go to the theater, and Kennedy's secretary was named Lincoln, who warned him not to go to Dallas. Okay, let's talk about it.
How long? But did you mention the killers? The killers.
Yeah.
John.
There's a link with the killers.
There's a
as
link
well.
with the killers too. They don't have it on here, but I know there's a link.
Yeah.
Anybody want to?
I think Lincoln's killer was named
Lincoln is John Wilkes Booth.
Yes.
and who was the other? Kennedy's killer was
I forgot his name. Supposedly still in jail.
it was a link. There's a link with the
There
killers.
was a link
though.
with the killers
I
too.
thought it was with their name.
Yeah. So that's with all that, man. That's a lot. Y'all, you think that's coincidences? That's a lot of coincidences.
I don't know, man.
And they're 100 years apart.
I don't know, man. This is
I think
it's a strange one.
it's really. I think it's a strange coincidence. It's just that, for lack of better words, kind of all of the stars aligned. For lack of better words,
As if it was supposed to
100
happen.
years apart.
yeah, it's crazy,
It's
know.
crazy.
But they both were Democrats, and then. But I think that if you had assassination attempt, I think it'll be from anybody that's opposed to your political views. So that could have come from assassination attempt can come from anybody that's opposed to your political views. So
Motherfuckers that assassinated Lincoln was related or enrolled with the motherfuckers that assassinated Kennedy. You know,
That's crazy.
That's
just
what it was?
Nah, I'm just saying throwing that out.
Oh, here's a good one, man. Y'all remember Mark Twain?
Mark who?
Mark Twain. Yeah, Mark
Yeah.
Twain. Yeah. So, Mark Twain and Halley's Comet. This is an interesting one. I'd never heard of this one. The author Mark Twain predicted he would die with the return of Halley's Comet. He was born in 1835, the year that the comet passed. He declared this in 1909. It is coming again next year, and I'll expect to go out with it. He died the very next year, 1910, on the comet's return. So he was born and died.
But did they say how he died?
Nah, they
I
didn't
mean,
say.
because he could have did it himself
Yeah.
to make sure that what he said.
Of course, that's
You know
what
what
the
I'm
man
saying?
did. That wasn't no coincidence.
So-
That was stupidity.
1835 to 1910. If he killed himself, I think he'd be all right. 'Cause that's like what, 85 years old. I mean, that's a long
I
time.
would just have to know the cause of death. But
Yeah, and
for
I
me
think-
to answer that question.
Yeah, 85 though.
You still got a little time after 85. If you make 85, you can get to 87, I think.
My mom 87, bro.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, she
That's
turned
what I'm
87
saying.
I got an
last
auntie there.
week.
If you're going to get to 85, you're going to make 87, bro. That means you may live till 90 something, you know, on the cool. You passed that minute.
Yeah, you hit 85, 87,
Yeah, you
you
probably
got
gonna be
90.
90.
Yeah, you looking at 90, between 90 and 95 to the upper. Okay, never
So
mind.
he could have made that attempt on his own life just to make what he said true, depending on was he some type of philosopher or something. Mark Twain.
He was a author. He wrote
A
books.
writer?
Writer, yeah.
Oh
Author.
yeah, he offed himself.
Because he's a writer. He all this.
He couldn't figure shit out.
Yeah.
At that age, he was a rap
Let me make
anyway.
this true. Let me wrap this
I'm
up.
going to make sure that the
Be
comment
part of his legacy.
depart of ways
Yeah.
upon the hour of thee.
Yeah, that's just
I just want
something was wrong with him.
Yeah, something. Yeah, because I kind of feel what he talking about. So something wrong with me. Okay, but anyway, but I wouldn't offer myself. Let's get that straight. I'm not gonna offer myself to go with a comment. Sorry.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody should have done that.
Yeah. Now I would want to fly with them. Never mind. That's another story for another day. Okay. All right. The twin brother. I heard this one before. The twin brothers car accident in 2002 in Finland. Twin brothers, age 70. Okay. Why they driving? Died in separate car accidents, 2 hours apart on the same road, under same identical circumstances.
Yeah.
Through neither knew each other's fate. They never knew each other died.
Yeah.
Of course they couldn't because one died and then the other.
And the other died.
Yeah,
So
2
they never
hours
saw
apart.
each other.
Yeah, 2 hours apart.
And they didn't know of each other's demise.
Well, they couldn't
They
have.
couldn't have. One died.
Well, I'm thinking one was rushing maybe to the other one.
Oh, to see.
That could have been. Yep. That's a good one.
say that again, K-Money. You thought what?
Maybe one the brother that passed 2 hours later was rushing to the first brother's accident or whatever, and
Yeah,
You know
that's all I could think. And that was the only road to get to wherever it happened or to the hospital.
I love these type, man. Y'all gonna like this one, man. It's got to do with the Bible. You know, you win every time when it got to do with the Bible. So it's called the World War I bullet coincidence. In World War I, a British soldier was saved when a bullet lodged in his pocket, the Bible sparing his life, right? Later, the same soldier, boy, he just irresponsible, shot again, and the bullet hit the same Bible in nearly the same spot, saving him twice.
he shot the second time.
He got shot again.
Oh, he got shot twice.
Again, the Bible saved him twice.
Nah, that was God on
That was why you gotta be the first one. And when that
That
stuff
Bible
like
will
that,
stay on me.
man, I'll be the first one in church, last one to leave. Man, I'm not leaving.
That is God, bro. You need to just go and start preaching.
Yeah, you
Preaching the word.
With,
Out of that Bible.
Out of that Bible, that same
right?
one.
That same Bible.
So how long? Did you give the time frame for this?
For him,
Yeah.
it was World War One.
Okay.
So it was like what 19? Was
Early
it
1900s.
1900 somewhere, early 1900s, somewhere around there. That's crazy.
1901, 19. I don't know. Whenever what was it? Civil War? You say?
World War
One.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's in the 19. Or wait, was it the 1800s?
Nah, it's early 1900s.
This is the Titanic novel that predicted reality. It's those books. You know how Bart Simpsons. They saying every time they predicted who was gonna be the president, who Chicago Cubs winning the
And they actually, they always do something like that.
The very next year, Chicago won. Yeah, sure did. Man.
Yeah, the Simpsons have been kind of accurate on
Yeah,
a lot of
they
different
won
things.
for
Is
whatever
that
reason.
coincidence or something else?
Well, because knowing
they've been too many accuracies.
knowing that, because that airs on Fox, right? Okay, Fox is straight political. Period.
Anyway.
Fox, so they're gonna put it out there whatever kind of way they can to make you either think about it and think it ain't true, which would be through a cartoon, you know. So I think it's kind of this is how we're gonna feed you this information type of deal, you know.
I don't know what to say on shit like that, man. It's definitely coincidental. I mean, I can't think it's not coincidental, but the type of information that they're accurate on and just make a motherfucker think.
I think it's coincidental because think about it. Think about this. First of all, we know that the cartoons are not real, so you have to have writers that are actually writing this.
Right, these are their thoughts.
Yeah. Now, the person that wrote that line or wrote whatever they said or whatever the case may be, I think that they've had to come from one person. I don't think you just sit around. Or it's possible that you sit around a collective room. Hey, what team we're gonna put out there to say we're gonna win or whatever, right? But here's my thing: if that person or collection of people are that good and that accurate in predicting this, they should be in Las Vegas gambling.
They should be doing something.
They should be gambling because they would win, and they would win all of these bets and stuff.
Well, I don't know. I think when you say the people who are putting these things are writing the script for this cartoon, when they're having these thoughts, number one, I think that the network has to approve it before they have to approve this. So the network has some say so on what type of material goes in this stuff. So that's why I feel like maybe the political side of Fox is giving some news and say, hey, this is what we need this show. We need a show about this. We need a show about this. We need a show about this. We need a show about this.
Man, they be spot on, dog.
They do.
Shit that I can't sit here and think.
The one that really disturbs me, I'm gonna be honest, is the Kobe Bryant helicopter crash. Which cartoon was that? That was South Park. Was it South Park?
I don't know.
Now that starts to make me think conspiracy wise.
Yeah, like you had that cartoon, him and his daughter in the helicopter crashing, and then it actually, go look at this. It's a cartoon. They already show it.
Is it Simpsons?
I want to say it's the Simpsons.
I'm not talking about the Simpsons.
South Park.
I'm specifically talking about the Simpsons.
No, the Simpsons only did.
They've had
The
shows.
Simpsons be on time.
They did the president. They did the Chicago Cubs.
But
they did.
Look at this for the Simpsons being on. You saying that they're being on time, right?
They've been on point on a lot of shit that actually happened.
Just for clarification, the shit that's happened, do they predict this before the season before it happens?
Well before.
Or they predict it?
The Simpsons are in the 90s.
Yeah,
late
I mean
90s.
they predicted some shit that has happened, like decades later.
Even before Trump was in office, they predicted
even if like you don't see any kind of analytics or trajectory of what things are headed.
See and that's why I say, because Fox is political, maybe they're coming up with these shows, based upon political facts.
So, cause look at it this way. There are things that the average person be like, man, 10 years from now, they'll probably be having self-driving cars. Just the average person saying that.
Yeah, flying
And then
cars,
here
yeah.
it is.
They got them.
They got 'em.
Well, that
Because that person, just the average person, is just looking at the trajectory of how things are going.
Okay, they say here's one of their predictions where they predicted Donald Trump. This was predicted in 2000 and came true in 2016.
Yeah, him being president,
so
they did that.
So what was his first term
That was his first term.
in 2016?
Right, 16 years
And they
later
said
it came true.
They said it in
It was an
2000.
episode that aired in 2000.
2000. Now check this out. So, well before 2000, Donald Trump had already said that if he was going to become president, if he ran for president, he'll run as a Democrat because Democrats
they're
are
so stupid.
No, he said Republican.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Republicans are-
My bad. Republicans.
Yeah.
He said that well before that Simpsons episode, right? If you take that statement along with popularity, his popularity as a celebrity, or whatever the case may be, coupled with people having a disdain with how the government is being ran, and then couple his popularity being a billionaire, whatever the case may be, and you take a creative writer to do something funny or to say something outlandish, that's not too far-fetched to have some kind of material to go and say, well, Donald Trump may become president.
When did they predict the Chicago Cubs win? So the Cubs, I think they won in 15 or 16, and the census predicted they would win in 15 or 16. They were just off by 1 year. So if they won in 15, I think the census predicted 16, or vice versa.
Yeah, but you could look at analytics to kind of see the trajectory of a baseball club or any club, or they draft pick who on the roster this year. You can kind of look and gauge.
I'm looking at a lot of these predictions that they've had, and I kind of can understand and see your point. Yours, Fred, in regards to your justification on how they're able to predict these things. Because another one, Siegfried and Roy, they predicted, that one of them would be killed by the tiger, which.
Yeah, I mean,
Eventually, it's gonna happen.
tiger went tiger.
If you continue doing this shit, eventually some shit.
Yeah.
So I can see that.
And I'm sorry, just to add on to that. If you say who's more likely to be killed by a tiger, Siegfried and Roy or Comedian 96, who you gonna say?
Siegfried.
Because they handle tigers.
Yeah.
Now it's crazy that, but it's true.
And some other ones, smart watches.
Smartwatches. They had that too.
But that's kind of a easy prediction on modern technology.
Yeah, that's easy.
Yeah, it's on the right.
Yeah, trajectory.
Yeah, so I think that they look at the data, seeing where we're going, and then you got a creative a very talented writer, but you got to make it funny because it's cartoon.
Right.
Yeah.
And so you got to say something that's kind of outlandish or whatever the case may be. And here's the thing. Here's the $1 million question. How many things have they predicted that didn't come true? To see the numbers.
True.
You know what? We did.
We only focus in on
What came true.
what came
what
true.
we've actually seen.
But
Yeah.
how many that didn't come true?
Probably a lot of it.
Yeah,
lot of
exactly.
it.
So
Yeah,
because
seasons.
so,
It's been almost 20 years.
Ooh, man, they
not
not
long.
longer.
Probably that.
yeah, so now here's the thing. It may be something that happened 10 years from now that they said that may come true.
Yeah.
But you just won't know until it actually happens.
That happened. Yep.
And then a lot of times, because they have that record, motherfuckers will put fake shit out there saying that The Simpsons said this came true. Because I actually thought that they had mentioned this new Pope would be American, but
There wasn't.
I don't think that's real.
Yeah.
Because I
I
didn't
think
see
it was
it.
one of them other cartoons. I'm trying to remember if it was Family Guy. That's what it was. I think the helicopter was Family Guy. But anyway, this last one here for you book readers, the Titanic novel that predicted reality. So in 1898, 14 years before the Titanic sank, author Morgan Robertson, published Futility of or the Wreck of the Titan. The story described a massive, unsinkable ship named Titan that struck an iceberg in the North Atlantic. Both the Titan and the Titanic had nearly identical dimensions, speeds, passenger counts, and fatal shortages on the lifeboats. Coincidence? Or I say that's a coincidence because she called it Titan, and then it was the Titanic. What y'all say is coincidence?
Coincidence.
Yeah.
Because there's no way you can know that this ship finna sink, man.
But it's too close. Titan and Titanic. Come on, man.
But
You got to give it
there's
that.
no way you can say that ship's gonna sink when it gets out
what's
there.
the number of years and the difference between
14 years
She predicted it 14 years before it happened.
before it happened.
And who was she? I mean, was she well known?
She was an author. She was just a
writer.
Yeah,
So she predicted that the Titanic would sink.
But she named it something different.
she called it the Titan.
Okay, but check that out. But they're associating with the Titanic. right?
Because
So-
it did hit an iceberg just like she predicted.
So check this out.
Yeah.
The Titanic was considered a massive ship of its kind, right? It's not wasn't very too many ships like that, right? Now, it sailed in the area. For the most part, when it's doing its sailing and it's going out and doing whatever, it's gonna be in that area that's known for icebergs, right? Now, she said that it's gonna sink, right? Now, if I told you that, hey, this ship,
It's too big.
what would happen with this ship? Would it be more apt to blow up or sink?
If it was to hit a massive iceberg.
If it hit a massive iceberg that's known to be in this area, what would you say would happen? It'll be more apt to sink.
Sink.
Yeah.
So yes, of course, a ship is going to sink because it's always in water. The chances of it sinking is high.
It's high.
And that's just like us giving a military analogy. We were in minefield waters.
Yeah.
The longer even though we have devices and things to try to detect that, the chances on one of them motherfucking mines actually hitting
Very
the
good.
ship.
Yeah. Very good. He ain't lying. And coincidentally, the bus is here. Earlier this week, I didn't know Kanye West was a producer. And for those y'all listening out there, I gotta kick myself off.
Get your
Get up off the thing. That's what I'm
Get your
waiting
ass about the thing, man. Get your ass about the thing.
I didn't know
man.
Kanye West is a producer. I thought he was a rapper. All I could think was about the College Dropout album. I didn't know
ass
he
off
was
the
a
bus, man.
producer.
Yeah, you
Who
gotta
did he
get off the
produce?
bus,
Okay, I'm so
He
sorry.
produced himself.
I did kick myself off the
And he
bus.
produced
He
other
produced
rappers.
for
Jay-Z,
Jay-Z,
Scarface.
a lot of people,
A lot
man.
of people. Benny Siegel.
Yeah.
I gotta get out of the book. Can I get a transfer?
Yeah, nah.
You know
Transfer
what?
to
You know
the
what?
zoo.
Check
We
it
gonna
out.
let you off
Check
at
it
the
out. Check it out. You can't get a transfer, but in the famous words of slaves, you can catch the next bus that's coming.
One behind this one.
There's one behind this one, so you gotta pay another fare.
All right, well, shit, let me get off the bus, man. I'll see y'all tomorrow for Black Friday. Peace.
This concludes our show for today, and if you haven't done so already, follow us on X at 52 Scott Podcast, also IG and Facebook at the 52 Scott Podcast. Also, like and subscribe if you're on YouTube. Make sure you tune in tomorrow for Black Friday.